Hi, this is Sean, and this channel's called Wolf Dog Moon. And on this special edition of Comic Book Realms on Christmas Day, Merry Christmas, we're going to do a discussion and review on The Incredible Hulk Unleashed, issue number 216. So if you like this kind of content, smash that like button. Subscribe to our channel for more. Ring the bell for notifications. Comment down below. And share with your friends. Alright, let's get into this. Alright, so if you've seen our previous episodes of Comic Book Realms, then you know how this is gonna go. But if you haven't, first thing I'd like to do is point you to some of the earlier episodes. I think we have about 4 episodes on the channel that you can take a look at and watch, and so that you'll see how this is going to go and for more context. But basically what we're going to do is a spoiler free section, and then we're going to do a spoiler section where we kind of page through the comic and show you some of the marquee moments and comment on them, and before we get to our final thoughts as far as a review. So what we'd like you to do is stick around for the whole video, but if you don't have this issue, obviously you might not want to be spoiled. So hang around for the spoiler free section, and then if you want to go get this issue for yourself, do that. We definitely encourage you. And then come back for the spoiler free portion, and then you can get in on the discussion and stuff. Alright, so let's get into this. So I'm going to do a close-up first of this awesome issue of The Incredible Hulk. I like how it says Unleashed on here. And so you have Hulk on this awesome cover. He's battling this Bi-Beast, it's called. This horrific, nightmarish, demonic monstrosity. And it says here, I'll just zoom in over here. It says, miles above the earth, man-brute battles Bi-Beast, while the giant shield helicarrier plummets towards certain doom. And then over here you have Countdown to Catastrophe. And so the shield it refers to it's the acronym for the government agency that is tasked with, it's led by Nick Fury, and it's tasked with defending the earth from these all kinds of different foes, both different kinds of villains and super-powered weirdos. So in this one, we definitely have an awesome, this creature that the Hulk's taking on is literally a double-minded creature. It speaks as if it doesn't refer to itself as I, it speaks as in terms of we. And it's got these horrific clawed fingers. It only has a thumb and then 2 almost like a bird-like talon. So this is like a demonic monstrosity, and it's got literally a double mind. It's got it's got a head on top of the other head, and sometimes when it's communicating with itself, it does it out loud, and it communicates in a certain way, and I'll show you when we go through the comic. And then the Hulk's taking on this brute and this monstrosity and stuff, and you got the shield ship that's falling towards the earth, and they're battling despite the fact that if they all crash to the earth, that will cause this catastrophe and stuff. So this one right away gets into the action. I don't have the previous issue, so in the at one point I did, but I have a lot of comic books, so it may be that I just need to organize them so that I could find the issue before. I definitely have the issue that comes after this one, and I'm going to do a review of that one as well because it's pretty awesome. And so the Bi-Beast was taking control of the shield ship in the previous issue, and so right away you get into this awesome action with the Hulk taking on this monstrosity. And this thing has an insane kind of warped intelligence, and it goes back to an ancient time or whatever, and where but even though it's like an ancient demonic creature, it has this intelligence that goes beyond the normal people, and so it can figure out even the advanced technology and stuff. So it's not a dumb brute like Hulk is perceived to be. So that's the backdrop for this particular issue, and then you have this small faction, including this the Hulk's like arch nemesis, the like one of the top brass of the military, and I'll show you the particulars of him. But he's always trying to take down the Hulk because he considers the Hulk to be a dangerous force of nature that must be stopped at all costs. But in this particular issue, they need the Hulk because there's no one else that can stop this beast, and he because he has taken control of this shield helicarrier. He was able to defeat and trick the shield, and so as a last desperate resort, they turn to the Incredible Hulk to try to stop this beast. So that's what's going on in this issue. And then there's one other character that they're foreshadowing in this issue that's kind of a side story that's building to something else, but I'll take you through when we get to the actual comic and show you what that's all about. But it's pretty short and sweet. It literally says the Incredible Hulk unleashed. He's unleashed on this beast, and he has to take down this demonic monstrosity. So you have this awesome story that plays out in the pages of this particular issue, and this would be an epic movie, and you could really get behind the Incredible Hulk in this issue. And I think this is one that you really, especially if you like the Incredible Hulk, or if you like just a lot of there's a lot of machismo in here, and there's a lot of funny reactions that the Incredible Hulk has, because when he decides to mean business, he does, and it's awesome in that way. And I also really like this penciler and the artists that are working on this series at this time. So that's gonna end the spoiler-free section. So definitely encourage you to pick up this epic issue, and if you want to pause it here and then go get this issue for yourself, there's various ways you could probably do that. You can there are different online sites you could try, or you could check out some flea markets, or go to a comic convention, or maybe even check out one of the online big retailers or whatever. But or you could maybe even find the PDF or something and get this issue for yourself, and then come back and you can enjoy the rest of the review and discussion. Alright, so this will end the spoiler-free section. Alright, so now we're going to get into the spoiler section. So again, I love this cover. It's also one of the panels in the comic, and all the action and suspense and stuff builds to this moment, and it's epic. So I love how this is drawn, and just the detail and the epic there, facial expressions. The Hulk is gonna smash this guy, and this creature, this demonic, double-minded weirdo, his claw is bigger than the Hulk's head and fist combined, and the Hulk is an incredible brute. He's massive and huge himself. His feet are huge and stuff, but he kind of pales. He's dwarfed by this monstrosity. So I love the epicness of this, where it's like David taking on Goliath, whereas usually the Hulk is kind of the Goliath, and so he's the jolly green Goliath. But in this one, he definitely looks like the underdog, and that's awesome. And it's definitely played up as you go through. So let's get inside here. So right, like I said, okay, here's what you have up here. It gives you the backdrop of this, and the Incredible Hulk. And this is the illustrator I was talking about. This Saul Buscema is I'm going to pronounce it. You can let me know in the comments if I butchered that. But anyways, I like this artist. And this issue is called Countdown to Catastrophe. And so right away, you're thrust into the action. The Hulk's being brutally assaulted by this beast demonic creature. and it says, "You dare defy the Bi Beast." It's like, how dare you try to prevent me from destroying the Earth? This is what I'm here to do. And he says, "Hulk, and now you must pay the price. Even if these powerful lasers cannot penetrate your wretched emerald skin." So he despises the Hulk just because for his mere existence. And then until the overwhelming heat, it will boil him alive from the inside out. And so down here it says, gives you a little bit of confused, faithful one. Well, don't be. Just turn the page and we'll do our best to bring you up to date. So these old issues are cool in that you don't have to have the previous issue. And so it can bring you right up to speed and stuff. But this illustration is epic. He's being blasted. This guy's using technology. He's this weirdo, warped, demonic monstrosity. He's even orange in some weird, misshapen, grotesque form. And yet he's able to use technology and stuff to try to defeat the Hulk instead of using brute force. But obviously he looks physically imposing and impressive. You ask yourself why he wouldn't just beat the Hulk up and do it that way. Well, he doesn't want to soil his hands or whatever. He thinks that the Hulk and anyone that's of a good spirit or whatever is not worthy to be touched or whatever. They're unclean. So that's the way he acts. So you have these epic sections where the Hulk's being tortured and stuff. And then this is what I was talking about earlier. You have these three working together to try to help the Hulk. And it's General Ross. So General Ross, I think that's him. He's the one that's always trying to take the Hulk down. He's one of the Hulks. The Hulk hates him because he's always trying to either try to control the Hulk or destroy the Hulk. And so then he's working with this scientist. I guess his name's Quartermain. And then so I forget what this guy's name is, but I'll go on to explain. But look at this epic drawing right here. He's been blasted, and they're trying to figure out a way to help him because he's their last hope. They're before this ship and the Bi Beast can finish his machinations using this battle station that's flying in the air as basically a weapon to destroy the Earth and everyone that's on it. So this is the last resort. These guys are desperate to try to figure out how they can help the Hulk. And so they're able to release a trap door and stuff, which is, and just let the Hulk drop and to give him some respite from this demonic weirdo and his strange, his insanity. And he says, like right here, it's interesting. He says, "No, we will not be thwarted now." And then the other one over here is like, "Calm yourself, Skull Brother. The day will yet be ours." So he's trying to console this one that's just complete rage and giving himself over to his anger. And this other one's, "Don't be hasty." And he calls him Skull Brother. It's really creepy and weird and disturbing. And then over here, the Hulk comes down to shoot and stuff. And immediately, he comes back to his senses, the Hulk, and he just swats them away like the pest that they are. And he grabs this guy. This is what I'm talking about. This guy is one of Hulk's most hated enemies, and he's the part of the military and stuff. And he's always trying to blow the Hulk up and stopping him with tanks and stuff, and he never can. So the Hulk's finally got his hands in this guy, and he's gonna tear him apart finally and give him what he's been deserving all this time. So I always followed the Incredible Hulk, and I was always rooting for him to, if he just gets his hands in this guy and he can teach him a lesson, then he won't have this pest, this guy always causing him problems and stuff. I always wanted the Hulk just to be left alone like he wanted to be. Why do you gotta bother him and stuff? And so he finally gets his hands on. It's like in wrestling, if you watch pro wrestling, where Hulk Hogan finally gets his hands on the Weasel, Brian Heenan, and finally can beat him up a little bit and teach him a lesson. And so skip some of those ads, and right away they're like, trying to desperately kind of talk to the Hulk and tell him not to do that because they need him right now and they're running out of time and stuff. And Hulk just wants revenge, and now he'll have it. And they're like, why? And then Hulk's like, huh? Just before he's gonna turn this guy into some kind of goo or whatever. And so they talk him out of it. And this guy Ross it's like right away they say, okay, Hulk. They say that this general guy or whatever, he wants Hulk's help, and so he's shocked. So he just puts him down and stuff. So the Hulk, he can be reasoned with, and he's not looking to hurt people on just out of spite. He just wants. He's had enough of this general guy, but now the general wants his help, and so immediately Hulk is willing to help them and stuff because he thinks they're afraid everyone's gonna die, and once the Hulk says that, then he just drops this idiot, and then he thinks of his friends, and they'll get hurt too because they're included in the everyone part where everyone dies. So I think that's awesome. And then this Bi-Beast is like, yeah, you're out of time. I finished doing what I need to do, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. And so he triggers the destructive weapons they're going to use. They have like these world-destroying kind of weapons and stuff, gimmicks. And so they're trying to figure out what they're going to do and stuff, because they need to cancel this battle station before it can implement what the Bi-Beast has done. And so we shift away for a little bit to these other characters, and I think, as I forget what this guy's name is after all these years, it's been a long time since, it says Doc Samson. So this character's name is Doc Samson, and so he's trying to help this character that's lost his memory and doesn't know what his strange purpose is and stuff. And he goes into a top secret location, and then you go back to the action. So they have this short little interlude. Not quite sure what that's about. I don't remember. If you do, comment down below and let us know. You can get in on the discussion, and we can all learn and stuff. But now we get back into the action where they're trying to figure out, okay, how to stop this Bi-Beast guy. And so right away they figure out they got to get into the ship, and the door is closing, so there's like a portal closing. And the Hulk's like, you think a door can stop me? And he says the Hulk will hold puny door open until little men can get through. Door is strong, but Hulk is stronger. And they're like, I believe you, Greenie. And they all run by him and stuff. And I love this part right here. The Hulk's holding all this stuff out. And then he's happy-go-lucky. He's just happy-go-lucky. He's like, see, this puny door couldn't stop me. The Hulk is stronger than any dumb door. But then it like an aperture, it closes on his hand. Clomp. And he's like, huh? And then this epic scene, I love this. Because he's like, the door is closed on Hulk's arm, holding Hulk tight. But Hulk does not have any more time to waste now. So if puny door thinks it has caught Hulk, and he just tears his hand out like it's paper. He's like, door is wrong. That door was stupid to try to stop him. I love that. That's so awesome. So they're rushing to figure out a way to stop this self-destruct kind of sequence. It's counting down and stuff to the end of the world. It's like a Wrath of God thing that's going to happen or whatever. And so they have this epic picture, and it's going to be hard for me to show the whole thing. I'll try to back up a little bit here, and then I'll kind of zoom in. And I love this. They did a full page to show you all the strange technology that's in this Shield helicarrier, and they're trying to figure out how do we stop the missiles and stuff. And they're down to 90 seconds and counting. And so they're trying to scramble to figure out what to do. And so meanwhile, the Bi-Beast is somewhere doing, his next machinations and stuff. He thinks he's achieved his goal. And so what's cool is the Hulk, they tell him what he needs to do. He just needs to destroy something. This special console that is what controls the missiles. So once you destroy that, then the missiles don't know where to strike, because they're about to strike all the key capitals of each nations, so that to destroy the nations of the world kind of thing. So he just climbs this wall like it's made out of mud or something. You see, he'll just put his fingers through it like it's just a muddy surface or whatever. It's awesome. And so he climbs up there and he pulls the console free. I love this drawing. This artist, he's awesome at these detailed muscular and stuff. And then even though the Hulk gets zapped, he's still able to rip this console free, and it stops with a fraction of a second before the missiles were going to be released. So then you get the ship, because it was being controlled by that console, the entire helicarrier goes into freefall, and then it kind of gets stabilized by these backup systems. And so now they're scrambling to get out of the ship or figure out what to do while it's trying to rebalance itself. And that's when this Bi-Beast guy appears again. Look at this demonic, distorted, grotesque creature. He's found some special suit that was made by Tony Stark, and he was already at a like superhuman strength, but now it's augmenting his strength even more. So he's tearing metal like it's made out of cloth, and he's just crunching and destroying and stuff. And the Hulk, he's had enough. He wants to take this Bi-Beast down. And so I'm gonna go through. There's a lot of ads in here, and I've discussed those before. They're pretty cool. But you get this epic fight with this Bi-Beast thing. And you know, the Hulk, now it's Hulk's turn to hurt you, because he has, at the beginning of the issue, he was trying to boil Hulk alive. And Hulk smashes him through to the outside of the ship. And these guys are trying to get the control back. And so as this ship is kind of careening out of control, here's where you get the cover of the issue. And the sound of fury and thunder can be heard when it arrives. When the it says spinning, it says on the now deserted aircraft deck, the grinding whir of swiftly spinning gears can be heard as the high-speed elevator draws closer. And these guys, it's careening out of control, but they don't care. The Hulk's had enough, and all he wants to do is destroy this weird orange, double-minded, demonic weirdo. And so the Hulk's in an awesome battle with him. And this guy's, behold, Skull Brother, once more the sky is ours, because they're insane. They're warped. And Hulk's like, huh? Where's Hulk now? You finally realize, like, he's outside the ship, and the ship is tumbling out of control. And so the Bi-Beast, he uses his insane technology, knowledge of technology, even though he's this ancient, weird, distorted, grotesque creature. It says, it is less than child's play for the Bi-Beast to ignite its rocket engines. He finds a ship, like a jet airplane that hasn't taken off, and he uses it to blast the Hulk. And so then you get this epic battle in this. And so these guys are trying to restore the primary power and all that stuff, so that this thing doesn't just hit the Earth itself and just cause all kinds of destruction. And so it's cool, the Hulk is getting blasted by the rocket engines, and he just tears up. Bi-Beast tries to burn Hulk, but Bi-Beast has failed. Hulk is stronger than fire. He just tears up the ground. It's made out of the mechanized and metal and iron and stuff. Hulk is stronger than Bi-Beast. And he just flattens this Bi-Beast. Hulk is the strongest one there is. Raccoon! He just you can see a little bit of the weirdo's arm, his hand, and the Hulk just splattered the guy. But he's made us tougher stuff than that, this brute. And he's like, man, brute, you're not even close. So he punches him. Look how big his fist is. His arm is bigger than the Hulk. And so you have this is a little weird. He's gray. It's like they colored that wrong or something. But he's even got some kind of ray blast that he can do. So this guy's he's a terrible, grotesque creature. And so they're battling it out, and the sky ship is falling. And then you get to the end, towards the end over here, they're finally getting control and stuff and getting this thing and can steer it to safety. But as a result of stabilizing it, it sends the Hulk and this Bi-Beast, as they're fighting, careening off the side. And so now they're just flying into the clouds and stuff. and they kind of disappear into the clouds. And then it ends with this: within minutes, the helicarrier is running smoothly once more, and as highly skilled tech teams move through the ship, gradually restoring order. And throughout the ship, everyone raises their voices in celebration, so they're all cheering. Congratulations, Gaff! I knew you could do it, this old scientist type guy. And this, it says, everyone that is save one. This guy, the guy Ross. One man who has seen his duty and has done it, and now will have to live with it for the rest of his life, because they had to choose between stabilizing this ship and killing the Hulk, essentially, by sending him careening off the side. So now he's got a tear in his eye right here. He's this guy's all upset, so maybe he's softened to the Incredible Hulk. So in the next issue, it says they call it the Circus of Lost Souls, but be here and you'll find out why. And we're gonna be planning on doing that issue on this channel as well, so stay tuned for that. But this will I'm gonna wrap this one up with my final thoughts. Now this is one of my favorite issues of the Incredible Hulk. I think it's the quintessential Hulk, and you get all of the, you get marquee fights, you get all of what you expect from the Incredible Hulk, and it really is unleashed. And he's battling this monstrosity. It's like a David versus Goliath. Like, I see the Incredible Hulk as like a Samson type character from, like you have Samson in the Bible, and Incredible Hulk is like a character to kind of, inspired by Samson, who, he could tear down the pillars and use them as a weapon and defeat legions of all these men and stuff. And so the Hulk is kind of like, he echoes that type of character. And in this, he's taking on a demon, like a demonic monstrosity, he's also has a twisted double mind. Literally, he's got a head, morphed, two heads morphed into one, and they have independent thought, but they're not independent. They're of one mind. And so you really get to see the machinations of a twisted, double-minded monstrosity, and what the Hulk has to do, and with the help of some key friends and some unlikely allies, people he's even seen as his enemy, they have to work together to try to stop this Bi-Beast and his evil machinations. He literally has, he sees humans as unclean, and he has the technological know-how and twisted mind to be able to use any type of technology, even though he's this muscle-bound brute himself, and a distorted, grotesque, creature. So definitely encourage you to check out this issue of the Incredible Hulk, and I think you'll really enjoy it. So hope that this video finds you having an awesome Christmas, an awesome day, and we hope that you have a blessed day and that your spirits remain high. Signing out.